Camp. Introduction: From Space Camp to Space. In summer of 1990, sixth grader Kate Rubins went off to camp in Huntsville, Alabama. It wasn't the kind of place where she sang around the campfire or paddled a canoe. This was Space Camp. It was an in-depth program that developed into science and excitement of space exploration. She had told her parents that she dreamed of becoming an astronaut and biologist or geologist, in that order. She jumped with enthusiasm into the science and engineering activities offered at the camp. She was thrilled to practice in real astronaut training and engage in the teamwork of simulated space missions. Fast forward to 26 years to 2016, a group of young trainees filed into the IMAX theater at the same space camp. They sat in their seats and watched in awe as the theater showed the life of the video feed of a real life of a giant Russian rocket. On board was fresh supplies and crew for the International Space Station, ISS, which orbits more than 322 kilometers above Earth. Watching the launch, and particularly special for these Space Camp trainees. One of the three astronauts on board was Space Camp graduate Dr. Kate Rubins. For years, she had worked as a biologist before starting to train with the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA. Now she was blasting off to serve on a 4-month mission on the ISS. She would act as the mission flight engineer and conduct biology experiments. As the former Space Camp trainee rocketed into orbit, she finally fulfilled her childhood dream of becoming an astronaut. Space camps around the world. Space camps allow participants to dive into space-related science through various activities. Multimedia programs teach about the exciting history of space exploration. Hands-on projects focus on the robotics and technology involved in the field. Campers also test around the equipment real astronauts use to prepare for space missions. Sometimes trainees are required to practice teamwork in simulators, machines built to imitate an operation of a real spacecraft. Today, space camps are taking off in many places. The camp in Huntsville, Alabama, is located near the United States Space and Rocket Center. There, Space Camp trainees can see the giant rockets and space capsules that helped NASA astronauts reach the moon in 1969. More than 7,500,000 trainees have attended the Space Camp in Alabama since it opened in 1982. Campers have come from all 50 states in the United States and more than 60 other countries. Some universities and museums around the United States host space camps during summer breaks. Children can attend space camp at the Frontiers of the Flight Museum in Texas and Florida's Camp Kennedy Space Center in Washington, D.C. The Smithsonian Association features several summer camps with space-related activities for children as young as kindergarten age. These programs feed children's fascination with the science, technology, engineering, and even science fiction stories related to space exploration. Space camps are popular around the globe as well. In Quebec, Canada, the Cosmodrome hosts 3-day camps and a variety of other space-related programs. Space Camp Turkey is located in Izmir, one of Turkey's biggest cities. Russian space camp at Gagarin Cosmonaut Training Center includes lectures about the country's amazing history of space exploration. The center's name honors Yuri Gagarin, who became the first human to fly into space in 1961. Going to space camp programs cater to a wide range of interests. At some camps, younger children can participate with their family, which counts for older children grouped by age. Some space camps hold sessions of trainees with special needs, such as visual and hearing impairments. Many programs offer scholarships to make it possible for all space enthusiasts have a chance to attend. Space camps generally concentrate on the history, science, and technology of space travel. At many space camps, trainees study rocketry, building and launching their own model rockets. At others, they study spacecraft design and then design for their own ship for a space mission. Space camp programs of the emphasize robotics are common as well. As technology advances, robotics has become an important part of space exploration. For example, the Opportunity and Spirit robotic rovers have explored the surface of Mars. Robotics trainees engineer and program robots to solve real-world problems. At the end of camp, teams may face off in an exciting robotic competition. Albamo's Space Camp has a wheel-locking aviation program where attendees can learn about the flight of military aircraft. At the earliest, NASA astronauts started out as military test pilots. Even while eating and sleeping, space campers may have some unique experiences in store. At the Cosmodome in Quebec, trainees strap themselves into sleeping bags that simulate how astronauts sleep on the ISS. At other camps, the trainees try the specially packed meals astronauts eat in space. Children aren't having all the fun though. Many space camps host adults from all around the world. Some science teachers attend so they can leave with new ideas and creative lessons to energize their new generation of space explorers. Astronaut training. Among the most popular activities at some of the space camps are simulators. Before ever stepping into a spacecraft, astronauts must practice whatever situation they might encounter. The simulators allow trainees to experience some of the challenges astronauts face. While on the equipment, trainees are always under the watchful care of camp counselors. The multi-axis trainer. The multi-axis trainer, MAT, was used in the early 1960s to test the first astronauts. It helped them practice regaining command of the space capsule that was tumbling out of control. The mat is a big metal ring positioned with a larger ring. The trainee is trapped in the center ring, and then the two rings spin wildly in different directions. The 1-6 gravity chair. The 1-6 gravity chair simulator lets trainees feel the sensation of bounding around on the moon. Their gravity is 1/6 that of Earth. The simulator helps trainees get used to moving around when their bodies feel much lighter than normal. The Space Yacht and G-Force Accelerator. Anyone who has ridden a roller coaster with organized sensations these simulators create, the space yacht shoots riders upward at a rate of 4 Gs, 4 times the force of Earth's gravity. It feels as if You are moving upward so fast that your stomach has been left behind. If you weigh 23 kilograms, you will feel as though you weigh 92 kilograms when riding the space shuttle. The G-force accelerator is a spinning ride that produces a high-pressure force due to the fast speed at which it spins. The G-force accelerator reaches 3 times the force of Earth's gravity. The 3 Gs, that is the same force astronauts experience during a rocket launch. Simulated missions. Another highlight at many camps is simulated space missions, with some simulators working much like video games. Teamwork and leadership are important qualities in real astronauts. Mission simulators allow trainees to hone their skills. One mission has participants launch the space shuttle, fly it to the International Space Station, and dock the craft. Team members perform a variety of duties, but they must communicate on their headsets like a real crew. They run through checklists to ensure that they remember their tasks exactly and stick to the schedule. Some trainees serve as astronauts, and others work in mission control, the command center back on Earth. Some simulated missions include mock voyages to the moon, while others take place on models of the space station or other spacecraft. The crew must be ready to think fast if the simulators create an emergency for them to deal with, such as a simulated engine problem or sudden meteor shower. For other older trainees, a few space camps have made simulators for the future. A mission to Mars, crews work together aboard life-size models of Orion capsule and Mars lander at the space camp in Alabama. Real astronauts will live in Orion during the planning voyage to and from Mars. They will use the landing model to fly to Martian surface and return to the Orion, which will remain in orbit around Mars. Astronauts of the future, much like Dr. Kate Rubins, today's trainees from the space camps around the world may be astronauts of tomorrow. NASA is working with other space programs to plan a mission to Mars. They hope the mission will take place as soon as the 2030s. If everything goes as expected, current space trainees could be some of the astronauts on board the Orion. They could be among the first people to leave footprints in the soil of the red planet, continuing humanity's reach for the stars.